Now, recently I've noticed a new recurring number in the media. Specifically, it is 7-Eleven, and it relates to the Golden Gate Bridge. Now, here we see X-Men 3, and in this movie, the Golden Gate Bridge gets destroyed. Now, the scene after the bridge gets destroyed, we see a tram, and on that tram is 7-Eleven. Next, we have Monsters vs. Aliens. In this movie, the Golden Gate Bridge is shown also, and then the shot pans down, and on this clock, we see what looks like 7-Eleven, which also gets destroyed in this movie as well. Now here's Hulk. On the sign we see San Francisco 61, Berkeley 65, and then he jumps on the Golden Gate Bridge. If you add the numbers up, you get 7-Eleven. In the next shot, the planes target the bridge. Here is Terminator Salvation. In this movie, the Golden Gate Bridge was featured also. Here we see it destroyed. Also in this movie, a 7-Eleven outlet was also featured. And here is Thor. Here we see a 7-Eleven outlet get destroyed by a character called the Destroyer.
Imagine it. All around the world there will be massive explosions. It's a panic and rioting all over the earth. Global stability unravels. By the time my show is over, it will be far too late.
Here we see 7-Eleven again featured after explosions. Now here's Cats and Dogs 2. In this movie, Coit Tower is shown. And behind Coit Tower is the Golden Gate Bridge. If you notice, the countdown started on 7-Eleven.
I have just been informed that this evening's performance must finish promptly at 8 o'clock. Why? Something about a 7-Eleven summit. It's a very important meeting and it has to start at 8 o'clock, so no dilly-dally. All right?
We can't let that meeting happen.
Kenworth and Diaz are going to use that meeting to take over the world. What?
I'm sorry, I can only think of...
Here's the movie Angels and Demons. Now they start the next shot in front of the Pantheon in Rome with a clock, and on this clock we see that 7-Eleven is shown. Here we see Mission Impossible 4. And the focus of this scene is on the Kremlin. Now if you look at the numbers shown here, you will see that 7-Eleven is actually shown twice in relation to the Kremlin.
My day sucks.
Your day sucks?
Yeah. Right now I just want to travel, you know?
I flipped him. No. He owns a string of 7-Elevens in Orange County.
How about sending in a National Guard?
It's established legal doctrine, posse comitatus, that the army may not be turned against our own people.
Here's the movie The Siege, and here we have our first link between martial law and 7-Eleven.
But hypothetically, how long would it take you to deploy?
12 hours after the president gives the order, we can be on the ground. One light infantry division of 10,700 men. APCs, helicopters, and of course the ubiquitous M16A1 assault rifle. A humble enough weapon until you see it in the hands of a man outside your local bowling alley or 7-Eleven.